When it comes to human resource analytics, using a maturity model means determining how advanced and useful an organization's HR analytics and methods are, as well as locating ways to improve them and move them forward. Businesses are able to determine where they currently stand, evaluate it in comparison to the best practices in their industry, and devise a strategy for how to improve their HR analytics over the course of time with the assessment of maturity model. Now let's discuss in detail how a maturity model can be used in the case of HR analytics. We should first start with the definition and objectives of the use of maturity model in human resource analytics. So by definition, a maturity model is a systematic or a structured framework that establishes a sequence of stages or levels of maturity in the field of human resource analytics. All right. Maturity models generally comprise a collection of criteria, characteristics, or dimensions that delineate each level of maturity, accompanied by guidelines or best practices for progressing from one level to the next. The objectives of maturity model. Okay, so the primary objectives of using a maturity model in HR analytics are: number one, assess the current state of HR analytics capabilities and practices within the organization. The second objective is to identify the strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement in HR analytics. The third objective is to benchmark against industry standards and best practices. Fourth objective is to develop a roadmap for advancing HR analytics capabilities and maturity over time. And the last objective is to monitor progress and track improvements in HR analytics effectiveness and impact. The next topic that we shall talk about is the key dimensions of HR analytics maturity. So there are multiple dimensions that we can use in order to assess the maturity level of HR analytics in an organization. So the first dimension is data availability and quality. Uh, the this dimension assesses the organization's ability to access, integrate, and manage HR data effectively. This dimension includes factors such as data completeness, accuracy, consistency, and timeliness. The second dimension is called the analytical capabilities. This dimensions corresponds to the organization's analytical capabilities, including data analysis skills, statistical knowledge, and proficiency in using analytics tools and techniques. The third dimension is called strategic alignment. This dimension corresponds to the degree of alignment between HR analytics initiatives and organizational goals and priorities. The assessment evaluates the organization's capacity to transform HR data into practical insights that facilitate strategic decision making. The fourth dimension is governance and infrastructure. This dimension focuses on the governance structures, processes, and technology infrastructure supporting HR analytics initiatives. This dimension includes factors such as data governance, privacy, security, and the availability of analytics platforms and tools. The fifth dimension is called the culture and change management. Now, this dimension evaluates the organizational culture and readiness for analytics driven change. It assesses factors such as leadership support, stakeholder engagement, and the ability to foster a data driven culture that values evidence based decision making. The stages of HR analytics maturity. Now, there are multiple stages through which an organization goes in order to develop their maturity in HR analytics. The first stage is called the initial stage. So in the beginning, companies don't have a lot of HR analytics tools and mostly use basic reporting and descriptive analytics. People may not know or understand how valuable HR analytics are, and data is often broken up and inconsistent. The next stage is called the emerging stage. In the emerging stage, businesses start to build up their analytics skills to include more advanced features like predictive modeling and data visualization. More and more people start to realize how important HR analytics is, and work starts to be done to improve data quality and governance. In the intermediate stage, businesses have set up basic HR analytics skills and approaches. They are able to do more complex analysis and use HR data to help them make strategic decision. Focus is being put on making sure that HR analytics projects are in line with the goals and priorities of the organization. In the advanced stage, the companies have reached a very high level of maturity in HR analytics. They have strong structures for managing data, advanced analytics tools, and a strong culture of making decisions based on data. HR in this stage, HR analytics is part of strategic planning and drives business performance and new ideas. The last stage is called the leading stage. In the leading stage, companies are seen as the best at HR analytics in their field. They keep coming up with new ideas and pushing the limits of HR analytics. They use cutting edge technologies and methods to get ahead of the competition and improve the quality of their work. In the next part, we shall talk about some of the implementation consideration that we should watch for when using a maturity model in HR analytics. So the first consideration is the assessment and gap analysis. So the first step in using a maturity model is to do a full assessment of HR analytics capabilities and practices. In each area of HR analytics maturity, organization should find gaps and areas for improvement and then decide which actions to take first. The second consideration is roadmap and action plan. To move HR analytics maturity forward, you need to make a roadmap and action plan. To improve their HR analytics, companies should set clear goals, milestones, and initiatives, and then make sure they have the right resource to carry them out. Change management and stakeholder engagement. Change management and involving stakeholders are very important for HR analytics projects to go smoothly. Key stakeholders such as HR leaders, business leaders, and employees should be involved in the process, and the benefits and importance of HR analytics should be clearly communicated. Continuous improvement and measurement. HR analytics is an ongoing process, and companies should keep an eye on their progress and see how their HR analytics maturity levels rise over time. Setting up key performance indicators, that is KPIs, and metrics to check how well and how much HR analytics projects are helping is important for promoting continuous improvements. Using a maturity model in human resource analytics provides multiple benefits and outcomes. First is the informed decision making. So when companies use a maturity model in HR analytics, they can make better data-driven decisions about planning their workforce, managing their talent, and their overall strategy. Improve performance and efficiency. Advancing HR analytics maturity enables organizations to improve performance, efficiency, and effectiveness in HR operations and processes. Enhanced strategic alignment. By aligning HR analytics initiatives with organizational goals and priorities, organizations can ensure that HR investments contribute to strategic objectives and business outcomes. Competitive advantage. Organizations that achieve high levels of HR analytics maturity gain a competitive advantage by leveraging HR data to drive innovation, optimize workforce performance, and adapt to changing market conditions. In conclusion, an HR analytics maturity model helps companies evaluate, compare, and improve their HR analytics skills and methods in a planned way. By finding areas that need improvement and making a plan for improvement, HR analytics can help organizations make better strategic decisions, improve performance, and gain a competitive advantage.